one, we're gonna show you how to rig and tune the ACK, the 3-cam slalom sail from Point-7. We normally use it with a 100% mast and 80% mast for testing. You can also use 60% mast on the sail, it's not a problem, but if you're buying this kind of sail with 3 cams, it means that you're looking for speed, you're looking for a challenge, and if you're looking for those things, our advice is 80 or 100% C100, C80 mast. We're going to give you the best performance, the faster rotation, the right acceleration. Of course, we advise a Point-7 mast. We're working on the development with changing the sails by millimeters, and therefore they are designed on the Point-7 mast. The mast, people are asking us often if we're using constant curve or flex top mast. We are actually using both, depending on the sail size. Each mast is different, and it doesn't really matter if it's constant flex top. The thing which is most important in the mast are the curves of the mast, and these can be found on the mast itself. So each mast from us, Point-7, you will see that you have some numbers on them. The first number on the top is the percentage of the curve of the base. The second number is the IMCS of the mast. So if you're looking at this 430, it has 63.5 base curve, it has a 22 points of IMCS, and the top curve is 74.5. So these are the curves number. You know, talking about constant curve, flex top is a very general term used, but the best is always to choose the mast which the sail has been designed on, and best case would be to know the numbers of the mast. These are the two most important things. So if you're buying a race sail, a 3-cam sail, don't look for other options. It doesn't matter. You know, the best thing is always to have the right mast. Then you will have the performance. Performance doesn't mean only to be fast, but it means also to be more comfortable and having more focus into the racing, or having more focus into the next jibe, because it gives you the comfort, so that instead of sailing for 1 hour, you can sail maybe 1.5 hours by using the same power if you have the right mast. In the sail, I think everybody knows that camber sail nowadays has to be rigged by putting the mast on top of the cans while it gets inserted. So putting the mast in, I slide the mast over the pocket is very wide, so it's very easy to slide in the mast. Once the mast is put in, the second step is to come on the top of the mast and check that there's a plug which has to go inside the top of the mast. And the first time you rig the sail, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to make sure that it goes in automatically, so you will have to help it, just like this. Now it's inside, I put the finger inside here to hold the pin straight, and I put it inside the mast. Second time you go windsurfing, the sail will be used. It will therefore be easier to insert the mast. It will go inside automatically. You don't really need to check it. You can just insert the mast, and the mast will go inside the plug of the sail automatically. But always give it a check. It's always better, because you don't want to find yourself putting downhole and seeing the mast shooting up from the top. So just check it. But normally it's just a double check, because the mast goes in by itself. Once the mast has been inserted, the second thing to do is to find the right length of the extension. If you look at the base here, it says 40. So if you're using a Point-7 mast, if you're using a Point-7 extension, you just slide, in this case, the ring up to 40, and this would be the right setting for the downhole. If you don't have a Point-7 extension, you just come here to the first button at the base of the sail. You will see a diagram. It has 2 triangles. On the first triangle, you put the pulleys of the extension. On the second triangle, you put the ring of the extension, and this will give you the right length. If you're not using a Point-7 mast, all of this information can be different, and you will have to rig the sail and check it yourself. But this is why we're advising use the right mast, and even easier with the right extension. Put the mast inside, we thread the rope through the extension. We have to put in the cans on the mast. So the next step is to downhole the sail. feel the mast is going all the way close to the external part of the mast sleeve. So now you will see when I downhole how the mast is going to move. And you see now the mast inside the pocket is going to go closer to the side. So I'm just going to pull all the way that there is only like 10 cm from the pulley to the final downhole tension. This is my positioning, 10 cm. And from here it's going to be easy then to put in the cams on the mast. Next step, we'll put the boom. So when it's new, just open the zipper for the boom opening. Take in the mast. Put the mast on. As you see, it's not that difficult to put the boom on the mast, even if it's not fully downhole, close. And this is the step before putting the cams. We're going to put also now the outhole on the boom that is going to help us put in the cams. So now I'm going to set the boom according to the specs. It says that it's 2 meters the boom, so I'll set the boom to 2 meters. Now that it's set to 2 meters, I'm using some adjustable outholes on this sail. It's important because it allows me to be able to change the setting of the outhole while I'm sailing. So if it's like stronger wind, I can just easily put 2 cm more outhole. If it's light wind, I can release by 2 cm and have more power. And normally on the ACK, that's the only settings that you need to do once the sail is tuned. So once it's tuned, the only way to get more power is to release the outhole. To get less power is to pull the outhole. So I like to use the adjustables because then I can decide while I'm on the water how much tension to put on the sail according to the wind conditions. So this is how you thread it in. If you have an ACK, I think it's almost mandatory that you use the outholes. Don't go without them. It's like going on a race bike or a mountain bike without having gears. It's the same thing. So if you have to tackle uphill, you make your gear easier to go uphill. If you have to tackle a gust, you just pull like this, more outhole, and you have less power on the sail. So make sure you have this. So now for placing in the cams, we have, as I showed you, we have left 10 cm to the maximum downhole setting to still downhole. We have put in on the boom so that this makes it easier now placing the cams. Left here before about 10 cm, that was to actually make it easier for us to place on the boom head. Now I'm just going to release another 5 cm, so that's going to make it more soft to put in the cams of the sail. We start from the middle of the sail. So I'm going to put my hand into the pocket, and just after I have opened the zip, I put in my hand. I'm actually pressing behind the cam, so not on the cam but behind, on the bottom, the back of the cam. I'm pressing down and pushing up with my hand. I'm going to show it to you again on the top cam. So open the zipper. Once it's open, you press behind the cam down, and with the other hand you just click it on, so simply. So I always believe that the first cams to be put on is the one below the boom, then the one on top of the boom, and this last cam, the lower cam. So just put in your hand flat, push down behind the cam and pull up with the other hand, and the cams are in. Once this is done, we go back to fully downhole of the sail. So we are now at the moment where we have 15 cm more to downhole the sail to get to the right point, but our reference should be always the sticker which is on top of the sail. So when we look at button 2, counting from the top, and button 3, in the middle you will find the sticker. This is the sticker for the reference. So when you downhole the sail, what you want is that the loose area of the panel, once you're downholing, goes over the sticker. So when you downhole the sail, you want to see this panel becoming loose till the front part of the sticker. Not the back part of the sticker, but the front one. I see a lot of people which have our ACK, and a lot of them are not pulling all the way from the sticker, but they're stopping too early. That's making the sail more heavy, having less acceleration, and holding less wind and strong wind. So do put the exact downhole tension, is very important, and that's the only setting you need to think about for the downhole. If it's light wind, there's no need to downhole less the sail. It's not going to give more power, it's just going to make the sail heavier and slower. So Doesn't matter the wind, always get to this point, just in front of the sticker. So here downhold the sail, as you see, the loose area is going all the way to the front of the sticker. Loose, 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 loose till here. This is the right tension. Don't make it loose up to here, but up to here. No other adjustments. So tension from the downhole is given. Outhole, it's up to you, in the sense that now you will have a few centimeters behind to pull when it's stronger wind. When it's lighter wind, you can release even more. So you can play about 4 cm between what we give at the specs. So 2 cm more for stronger wind, 2 cm less for lighter winds. And you can adjust it easily using the adjustable outhole. If you don't have these, don't blame it on me if you have to jump on the water and change the settings. So get yourself the adjustables. Now we go back to tune this, to finalize the tuning of the sail, and that's with the buttons. The buttons are as important, as maybe even more important as the outhole or the downhole. This is like the tension of the buttons is actually opening and closing the leech. So having the right tension allows the wind to go out nicely, or creating turbulence if it's not tuned properly. As you receive the sail, the buttons are not tuned, not at all. So the best thing is to reset the buttons. Resetting the buttons means this, that you actually take the tensioner, you're going to each button tension on each button, and you just release completely all the buttons till you feel there's no more tension.